Shit! What's happening, fellow traders? Happy Friday. I'm just going to do a quick trade recap. This is 116.26. No major three-star news today. It's been a good week for me. I am green every day this week. My strat is 12 for 14 on the week. But I want to talk about some things today that I'm really struggling with that I really need to get out of. And that is my psychology and my scarcity mindset that I've been in. First and foremost, let's just go over this trade. This was the first trade I took today. I have been practicing patience. You can see our open here at 7:30. New York Open labeled up here. We did pop up, take out the pre-market high here, and then we just chopped around, guys, for about what looks like 10 minutes. I've been really wanting to wait 10 to 15 minutes to take my first trade these days because I've been seeing a lot of nice moves later, whereas about a month ago, the last month, I've been getting kind of chopped up in these areas, especially because of my strategy. I like to play a swipe of liquidity and then a break of the daily anchor in one direction or the other. Today, you can see we had yesterday's anchor here. I like to mount my anchor for the day about 5 minutes before the New York Open, and that kind of gets us a little bit of a head start going in as far as when the volume actually comes in to see how we react here. You can see we failed yesterday's anchor, then we failed the VWAP. I was a little nervous that they just swiped a little bit of this sell side here and they were gonna pop it back up. There was some vibes that we could be bullish today kind of going in, but once I saw they rejected the yesterday's as well as the VWAP again, I decided to enter. Sure enough, as I entered on this candle here, we had a nice massive swipe down, which had my confidence high, and then we wicked it. What happened, I just held it. I think that I actually got in on this candle right here. So I was roughly, I got in a little premature, and sometimes I like to wait for the candle close. I should be waiting for the candle close, but sometimes I get the momentum play. And this made me a little nervous. Like I said, I thought they were going to swipe this liquidity and then reverse it, but they did not do that. I was about 15 points in drawdown here. And then what I ended up doing was taking off most of my size right in here. This was like a $200 trade with 10 micros. I don't know why I did that. I was looking at my P&L, which wasn't a high P&L at the time regardless, but I just wasn't confident in the trade, guys, and that's an issue. This is what I want to talk about after all this. I should have at least taken off some size at London low and then left runners. This is the 1 minute time frame. There is no reason. We have no break of structure coming up in here for me to get out of this trade. I was a little frustrated watching all this. I got a lot of FOMO, and old Andrew would have been chasing this down, chasing it down, and sometimes getting caught in a pop. So what I do is I wait, I be patient now, and I let the trade come to me. That's what happened on this other trade here. I waited for the pop up, I anchor to the low, we break the low anchor, I get in. The issue with this is I actually had 15 micros on and made about 300 on this trade. Why am I taking size off in here? I don't know, because I'm looking at my P&L trying to get through this account, and I noticed we were close to $500. Brought my stop to break even. No, I did not bring my stop to break even. I trailed it right to here, and it looks like we were in profit, profit didn't take it. They came and got me, and then the real dump happened, leaving a ton of money on the table, guys. My first target should have been this pre-market low, holding runners. I should have taken maybe 78 cons off down here. That would have been a nice $300-400-ish, somewhere in there. Yeah, with 15 contracts on and 30 points. So, and then leaving runners. But the problem that I'm having, guys, is that I'm really paying attention to my P&L too much when I should be paying attention to my targets. And where is the next logical take profit point? To me, up here, it should have been London low, and then we should have had pre-market low, and I should have been into runners from there. It had no reason to bounce right here. This is what NQ does. NQ likes to bounce before some obvious targets and trick everybody, and that's exactly what they did. Had I been holding this still, I probably should have been into runners right around, into here, obviously. We broke a new low, and then pulling my stop, trailing it. The next obvious break of structure would have been up here. Okay, we're bullish. Now that's 650. That's, another 60 points higher. But what I want to talk about, guys, is just, and I'm going to work on it in the videos, and I'm show evidence of that, is that we need to be holding our trades to obvious take profit areas and not looking at just our P&L as a reason for us to take our profits. I've read multiple books, I follow multiple traders, and that is the way to keep our winners larger than our losers and keep everything intact and moving forward. I'm happy that I'm green every day this week, but I'm not happy about the amount of money that I left on the table. Again, my strat is extremely high hit rate, but one thing I'm also doing is I'm pulling off runners and not letting everything go to full TP. So when I do take a loss, it's typically a full R, or my 600, and my wins are typically 300 to 600. So I need to have a lot more of those, right, to make up for that. And that's something that I need to work on and show evidence of that moving forward. Yeah, this is our Friday the 16th trade recap video. If you guys have any questions or any remarks, go ahead and just drop them in the comments, please, and subscribe to the channel.